Hey Books, welcome into our February astrology series. We're starting off here with Aquarius Pisces energy. I do hope that this message will find you well and in the right timing, okay? And I thank you guys so very much for being on this side of the channel. My Aquarius Pisces energies, placements, houses, so this could be relevant for your own personal 11th and 12th house, even if you're not under Aquarian or Piscean energy, okay? But it felt like there's something that's under review. There's something that's under review, and what is trying to be seen is being fought against. Okay, there's some sort of vision that kind of wants to go in motion or be put in motion, or that you or someone is trying to take action on, but there's some sort of authoritative energy that might have a block on it, or someone might feel like, you know, you have to go through them before you can make that action. There's some sort of like authoritarian energy connected to this. Okay. You might have to go above authorities, or go above who you think the authority is, to take action towards something. But there's definitely something under review. This could be maybe in like a legal sense, or in a work situation. Okay. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Tell me more about what's under review here for Aquarian Pisces energy in February. What's under review? The future. Oh, shoot. Okay. Maybe that's like as far as your future at a company, your future with someone else, your future in this field, in an industry. What's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years. North Node energy. Okay. Tell me more about this review. The Midheaven in reverse, which is connected to your 10th house. Maybe that's that authoritative energy. Midheaven is kind of your approach to work, your approach to the world stage, how you show up on the world stage, but this is coming out in reverse. Midheaven in reverse, the Pinnacle in reverse. Some of y'all haven't reached your peak yet in a particular situation or an environment. Saturn. Structure, there's the 10th house. You haven't reached your peak yet with something. Or that can maybe even speak to like a decline in energy. So maybe you have and you're on the other side of that peak. Show me why structures here. Whoa, that's so much. Yeah, there's vision, Gemini energy, cross-pollinate, Scorpio energy in reverse, transit in reverse, nurture in reverse, series in reverse. Yeah, it's like somebody or something doesn't want you to look deeper into something. Somebody might be trying to disrupt some sort of communication coming towards you. Keep in mind also, if this is for Aquarian Pisces energy, I could be talking about an Aquarius Pisces, and that stands for any readings, okay? You could be cross-watching here. Somebody's trying to disrupt the vision or disrupt some sort of frequency or communication. Okay, or something is. It might not be a someone, it could be a something. Like an entity, an energy, a frequency, a force outside of your control. Yeah, Virgo energy and digest. There's some sort of new structure that's ready to be built. Yeah, like I said, descendant, invitation, and alliance. This has to do maybe with loyalty. Somebody could be trying to test your loyalty to them. An alliance that you once had is maybe declining, or some sort of contract might be over. Somebody could be restructuring. Again, this could have to do with business or a company. A company could be restructuring. And that might be, you know, oftentimes that comes with layoffs and changes in personnel and stuff like that. Okay, so some of y'all, this is like a work energy. Clarify. What's this alliance? The 9th house, exploration. And the 6th house, sustainability. 3rd house, communication. I can't make it up. There's something about communication, and my throat chakra almost just went out. Hold on. Oh, let me take a sip of my tea. My throat chakra almost wanted to go out. So yeah, it's like somebody doesn't want something to be said. Because it might jeopardize a structure that they've built for themselves. It might just send them into some sort of energy. It might affect their day-to-day with Virgo energy, digest. And their health. Okay. This could all, yeah, if this is work, you might have an authority in the workspace want to talk to you about your future in this work environment. And that there might be exploring other options or ways to sustain something. And again, maybe that with the midhaven and the pentacle in reverse, that could come with some sort of layoff. So maybe this is a warning here or a heads up. Or it's like they are having to make cuts, and so they're kind of exploring what you might be willing to take on from those cuts. Okay? They might be wanting to form some sort of alliance with you to sustain something. So you could be a very important person in the workspace or an essential in the workspace, but it might lead to some sort of... It might align you with your North Node in some sort of way. So this could even be some sort of promotion maybe, or I don't know, with the descendant there, it feels like maybe a step down or a lateral shift for you, but it aligns you with your North Node. Yeah, somebody wants to talk about your future at this place, in this company, within this structure. What are you able to digest? What are you able to handle? What can you manage? Okay, or it could be on the other side of that. Maybe it's like salary, they can't afford to pay you anymore, or, you know, they have to make budget cuts, and they might want to talk to you about taking a pay cut. Page of Pentacles with the 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is a conversation about stability that's coming up here for you. Okay. What are your expectations around the future at this space, in this company, in this contract, in this partnership, in this alliance? Someone might be open to exploring how to sustain some sort of alliance with you, sustain some sort of connection with you, but with Page of Pentacles, it might, like, that's maybe where the test of loyalty is. It might be a test of your loyalty to this company, your loyalty to your work or your job. Yeah, let's figure that out. What's the future? Why the North Node energy for February? Thank you. The Page of Swords. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a conversation about your future that's going to happen here. Why the Pentacle in reverse? Why the Midhaven in reverse, Divine? The 7 of Swords. Interesting. This could come at a point where you maybe thought you were going to get a promotion, and then all of a sudden you're hearing budget cuts are happening. Things are going to have to tighten up around here. People are being let go of. Okay. So some sort of deception might be clearing out here. What's the structure? Temperance. Okay. patience. It is a change and a shift, though, that's happening. Okay, and why digest with Virgo? What's so significant about Virgo energy here? The King of Cups. Yeah, how much do you love what you do? Like, what are you willing to pour in? What are you willing to tolerate? So this is about tolerance, digestive system. Like, think gluten intolerance, right? Okay, so my books. For those of you that are connected to this energy or this side of the natal chart, you are going to have to sit and review. Maybe that's where that review energy is coming from. Review what you are willing to tolerate and what you have intolerance around. That's maybe also that Page of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. Don't be afraid to set expectations or ask for what you deserve, especially if this isn't a work situation where there's more work or more responsibility being piled on top of you. Then that means that requires more pay. Don't be afraid to negotiate that. Okay? Yeah, you got to know what you're willing and not willing to tolerate here, okay? What's the invitation with this descendant? Death. Something definitely having a drastic change, or your role in this situation or your role in this alliance might be shifting. Transforming. An end to one thing, a beginning to the next. What's the alliance with this conjunction? The Star. Yeah, like I said, there is an effort here to try to maintain some sort of connection to you, or give you the opportunity to discuss what would you want your role to look like with all the changes that are happening, with all this restructuring. Because there is some sort of value that you add to this space, or you add to that work environment or that contract or this alliance. So don't be afraid to ask for what you need, okay? What is trying to be explored here with the 9th house? The King of Swords, right. How to make the right choice and the right decision. And what's trying to be sustained? The 10 of Cups. Everybody want to be happy. How do we make everybody happy? How can this work out in our favor? How can you be happy and they also be happy? So yeah, it feels like negotiations are on the table here. Yeah, Judgment. Pluto energy is significant. I think Pluto's making a conjunction right now as I'm channeling this. Okay, show me and clarify what's this discussion about the future. Yeah, the 8 of Cups, because I think somebody doesn't necessarily want you to walk away. But I also get this sense that you might have to be willing to here. Okay. Clarify the 7 of Swords under the Midhaven in reverse, Divine. Why? The Magician, right? Because in these types of situations, especially if this is like a restructuring of a company or a work situation for you, my loves, they are going to try to lowball as many people as possible because they want to keep money in their pockets. Okay. So they're going to try to manipulate as much as they can to make people accept more work for less pay, or more work for no pay. Okay. And it's important for you to know your worth in this situation. Okay. Tell me more about the structure of this Temperance energy with Saturn. The 2 of Cups. Yeah. There might be a way to find that happy space, that happy medium, but you gotta be confident to ask for that and negotiate towards that. Know your worth here, my loves. Know your worth. What's being digested here with Virgo and the King of Cups? This 7 of Cups. Yeah. That's what I mean. There could be some manipulation to try to make it feel like you're getting something or gaining something, or that there's some sort of benefit where there isn't, where really they're getting a benefit and you're kind of not. Okay. They might even want to put some sort of option in front of you. You could do this, you could do that, you could do this. make something look enticing, but it comes with some sort of decline. You'll have to take a pay cut, but I can promise you in a couple years, you know, you'll be considered for this, or you'll be able to move here. And a lot of that is empty promises just to keep people that they know are essential. Okay. Clarify death with this descendant invitation. Thank you. I'm trying to tell you, yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. This is maybe a change in your stability. A change in your vision of how something was going to go. Like, yeah, this is some sort of shakeup that's happening, where you're going to have to really think about your resources and your goals, what it is that you want. Is this now an opportunity that's going to take you to that goal? Or do you maybe need to form a different alliance, find a different job, get into a different kind of a contract? Okay. Clarify the star with this alliance, Divine. The Ace of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. It's like they want to keep you around for the ideas. They want to keep you around for your talents, but they might not really be able to afford to or really pay you what you're worth. So you have to make a choice and a decision here on whether or not you're going to accept the decline, or accept the descent in energy, the descent in pay, or the descent in stability, or walk away from this situation and find some sort of happier space that can sustain what you need or can provide what you need. Show me King of Swords, Three of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they don't want you to go independent. They don't want you to leave, but they also maybe don't have the means to really keep you there. So just be mindful of what you will and will not tolerate, what your worth is. Okay, don't be afraid to negotiate. It's okay to compromise in these situations as well if this is a job or an environment or an alliance you really enjoy. Okay. Someone might even be coming and telling you that they're exploring other options. And that's kind of crazy. Yeah, for me to say that's kind of crazy, it almost feels like exploring other options for the role you play. They might want to try to start some sort of competition or kind of make you fight for something that you already have. I don't know. That's weird that that's coming out. Only take it if it resonates, though. But can I get one for the King of Swords with the 9th house? An exploration. Ooh. Yeah, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, explore some other connection or opportunity. Or they might be like bringing someone back to this space or this environment. I don't know. It's something that maybe does disrupt your flow, or like it makes you maybe even not trust this alliance anymore. Like if they would bring someone in who might potentially take over your role, it's like, okay, what's the manipulation going on? Like, what is this? Yeah, there's something maybe even shady that's happening, or you're not being told the whole truth. They might be trying to outsource your work in some way. So again, maybe a layoff could be happening, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know that we've all been there. I definitely have. So just understand how kind of like rocking that can be. Shocking as well, or just disruptive. But tell me, why are they trying to sustain the 10 of Cups? The Sun energy. Okay. And the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this has to definitely do with work. I don't know if they want to maybe bring someone in for you to train who might potentially, or they might be planning to take over your role. they start kind of asking about how long does it take you to do this and what are the hours, and like, yeah, they're definitely trying to find somebody. And again, it could be a good thing in the sense of it's taking work off of your plate, so then maybe you do other things. But it could also maybe not be something that leads to some sort of happiness or success for you, because it could end up replacing you. And I'm sorry to give that message. But it almost feels like whoever's in the decision-making seat in this King of Swords energy is willing to explore or is open to some sort of conversation about, again, what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, what you need to continue doing what you're doing, or step into whatever that Eight of Pentacles energy is. Okay? All right. So what's the guidance then do you have? What's coming out of this situation? What's the outcome of this energy for my books connected to this? What's the outcome here, Divine? Ooh. Initiation and Magician. Okay. This could initiate you into some sort of new role, new energy, new path. Again, it could put you in a position to have to walk away to find a new company, a new alliance. Intuition. Yeah. Initiating you into going for maybe a higher paying role, or, you know, try your hand at some sort of higher management or something different, okay? Your intuition is definitely going to lead you through this, so you can trust it. What else is the outcome of this energy? Thank you. Revival. Oh, interesting. And destiny. Oh, period. Yeah, it's a revival of something that you were meant to connect with anyway. So this could all be happening at the right time and in the right way. Yeah, what might seem to be like a decline, or, you know, something that you have to walk away from, actually ends up being your alignment with your destiny. Yeah, some sort of completion is at play here. Okay, what else? What else can my books expect out of this energy that are connected to this? Weaver. Okay, yeah, an opportunity to create. An opportunity to weave a new path. Like, I don't know, even if it is with the same company, you might be able to say, I want to do less for more, or I want to shift over to this department. I want to now do this, and they might have the means or the flexibility or the willingness to explore that as an opportunity to sustain you in the environment, so that not only you're happy, but they're happy too. Ten of Cups with the Sun. Or that leaves you more room to do other things outside of work, to weave and create a life outside of whatever this is. Maybe you've been very dedicated to this environment, or this contract, or this alliance, and it's maybe hasn't given you enough time to actually maybe even like build a life outside of it. I keep getting that. Or spend more time with your loved ones, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are about to step into the negotiation space with something that could work out in your favor, to where you have more time and more room in your day-to-day to do things other than be dedicated and focused to this. Okay? Yeah. To find your joy. So again, no matter how this shows up or works out in your world, my books, it is going to lead to a revival of your joy. Okay? It's going to give you the room and the space to start living in almost like a new frequency. Yeah, living out a new purpose at the bottom. Okay, or maybe this is a situation where it served its purpose and now it's time for you to move into a new exploration of what brings you happiness and what brings you joy. The Sun and the Ten of Cups. Maybe it's time for a fresh start, or you're destined for a fresh start in this energy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope that this brought some form of clarity, confirmation, truth, maybe even a little bit of healing information for you when it comes to what the cosmos is guiding you through right now. Definitely like this video, drop a comment down below so I know who tuned in here. And I thank y'all again for being here on this side of the channel. If you want a more personal version of this reading, you can book an extended for this on my website. You can also book your own personal astrology forecast if you would like to. I'm also thinking of maybe adding in some new perks here when it comes to the store. So I'm developing that. I'm just going to plant that seed now that might be coming, so that if you did want to get a personal with me, you can maybe get a discount off of it because you are a member here on the channel. But I thank y'all for that. I thank you for your love and support. I truly, truly do. And I'll see you in our next one, my loves. Namaste.